Right, today we're going to learn the Halacha. We're saying before Kaddish the Rabbanon many times, the Mishnah that's brought in the end of Maseches Makis, Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya Omer. So why we're saying this before the Kaddish? Also by Pirkei Avos, the meaning is to start Kol Yisrael Chelek L'Mabot. That's not from Pirkei Avos, that's from Maseches Sanhedrin. And at the end of the parak, we're saying Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya. That's from Maseches Makis. What's the connection to Pirkei Avos for those two Mishnayos? So the Magen Avraham in Siman Nun Dalet, he brings like this: Kosaf Be'er Sheva, Daf Samachei, Binyan Kaddish D'Rabbanon. He brings in the Rambam. Kosaf Rambam Sof Pirkei Avos. She'en Omrim Oison Ti'im Ala Hagoda. Meaning a Kaddish, you don't say Kaddish D'Rabbanon, but only after a Hagoda. V'lochen Omrim Achar HaProkim Amar Rab Chanino. That's what we said by the end before, by the end Kilakenu Amar Rabbi because we need after Mishnayos or in Yanni we learn from the Rabbanon and the Gemara Mishnayos, we have to say Agadata, and that's the Agadata. The Lomer Kaddish Olam. Now, so that's like this. So over there at the end of Pirkei Avos, that's what the Rambam writes. That's why we say also Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya Omer, because it's Agadata. When I say the Kaddish, not on the Mishnayos, but on the Agadata. That's why we add this end. So that's why we're saying the Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya Omer. Now, Omnam, b'chiburoi kosav l'omroi al kol Torah shebal peh. If you look and say that at Tefillah, the Rambam brings over there, he said al kol Torah shebal peh was a Kaddish D'Rabbanan. So the Choyre, he contradicts himself. In the end of Pirkei Avos, right, it says we don't say Kaddish on Mishnayos, on Torah shebal peh, unless we say Agadata. And in the Yad HaChazaka he writes on anything D'Rabbanan, we say Kaddish D'Rabbanan, on any Mishnayos. The emphasis is like this. First of all, there's B'chal Machloikes that Perek Shishi in Pirkei Avos, which is Bryce, that's not a Mishnah, who wrote the Pirush over there. Some saying it's the Rambam, and according to this, a lot of poskim hold that, so that's why they ask this contradiction on the Rambam. Some saying B'chal Rashi. I have a print of here I'm holding, that Pirush that we say in the Rambam, it says on Rashi. Anyway, so according to this, which is hold, it was the Rambam, it's a contradiction. Anyway, so he answers like this. Over there in Yad HaChazaka, you write, Kol Yud she'oskim b'Talmud Torah sheba'al peh, afilu b'midrashes or ba'agodas omrim Kaddish D'Rabbanan. Meaning you could say Kaddish on midrashes, afilu, but you could also Kaddish on the Mishnayos. So the Choyre, the Rambam contradicts himself. So he brings like this. And he brings the tour in Reish Tesvav Yiraish atinoikes shel bes Rabban achash lomdu niftom omrim Kaddish. Notice over there also they pass like Dram Yad HaChazaka, they learn some Torah Shebal Peh. After they're learning, they could say Kaddish. So the Prisha over there explains. Obviously, we're talking about when there is Asora Gedolim, because you cannot say Kaddish if there's no 10 Gedolim. But if there is 10 Gedolim, a Kotan could say Kaddish on what they're learning. Again, so you also pass like Yad HaChazaka over there that you don't need to say Agadata. You could just learn Torah Shebal Peh and say it. Yes, so Lamai says like this. Im ken yesh loimer, shegam kavonas Rambam b'chibure, loimer hagoda achar Torah shebal peh. When he says, when you say Mishnayos, he also meant to say that after the Mishnayos, you have to bring Agadata, and that's why we bring Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya, it's Agadata. It's not Halacha. It says, Rotzo, HaKadosh Torah mitzvahs. He gave him a lot of Torah mitzvahs, so that. Yeah. Either we say it's Agata, either we say Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya. Okay, so that's what the That's what the Magen Avraham brings up here. So Lamaisa, according to this, by the way, there is a known by the Olam saying we said Chanan ben Akashya because he didn't have children, so we're mentioning him like to say Kaddish for him. I didn't find such a reason yet anywhere, but that's what the Olam says. According to the Magen Avraham over here, we say Pasha the Kaddish because we're going to say Kaddish and Agadata. Also, that's brought in the end of Masechah Soita. That's brought over there like this. When the Golus, every day gets worse from the previous day. You're always waiting, maybe if something better going to come, and it's always not like this. Alma amoy koi, what the world stands, what the world stands at, how we going to this Golus and we're surviving. The Gemara answers, "A kedusha the sidra va'yesh meraba the agadato." So we say, it's here, Vata Kaddish, it's kedusha the sidra, and Omen yesh meraba after agadato. That's what really the world stand on it. And also, we're going to soon bring from our result that the main Kaddish Yosem really, it's the Kaddish of the Kaddish Drabonim. Anyway, so I said the Rashi brings like this. A kedusha the sidra seder kedusha shelo tiknu ala shiu kol Yisrael oiskin batayra b'cholim dovar muat. Meaning, if somebody davened with a minion and they said kaddish tiskabel with that seder the kedusha of all Tzion, he says it was already dovar, a little bit of learning already. Shomer kriyosov v'targumoy. That's why we bring a targum over there, because even the Amaratim should understand. The kemesh neg b'chol Yisrael b'talmidim b'am me'oretz v'yesh kan shtayim. Kedushas Hashem v'Talmud HaTorah chovivu. So that's over there how important. That's as the world stands on it. That's the Gemara says. V'chen yesh me'rabim v'rach shen achar ha'agoda shadarshan doiresh b'rabim b'chol Shabbos. That's for learning a side note for this. What I spoke about many times already, this Kiddush club business, how bad it is. So he tells you the whole world stand on this drasha, the Rabbim Shabbos, because everybody gets together. So it comes out, those which is fighting this speech of the Rabbi, the cool guys, they're going to the side room and saying L'chaim, they're going against this Torah and against Kiddush Hashem. It's opposite, it's a Chilul Hashem. Anyway, that's not the point. That's I'm mentioning this. But the idea that this Kaddish, the power of that Kaddish, that's the Agadata that we mentioned. And that way we say always Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya. The Akashya is like this. If we say this is just Agadata, why we need Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya? We have already the Agata, the Talmud Chacham Shalom Ba'olam. There's other many Agatas. Why we pick this Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya? So by this Mishnah, at the end of Makkas, Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya, the Bartanura brings, he says like this. He says, what's the pshat? Rotzo agdul zakas Yisrael lefich yibalam Torah mitzvahs. Yeah. So he says over there, the pshat he says over there is like this. Here, kagon. What's the hirbalam Torah mitzvahs? What's hirbal? Pasha, you could think gave him tarek mitzvahs. No, he says kagon parsha shkotzim v'remosim. Why you give us a pash shkotzim? Don't eat the shkotzim v'remosim. Kedel harbas socher kshen bedelim mehem. They're not going to get reward like he did the mitzvah. Many people would not touch the shkotzim v'remosim. Who wants to eat shkotzim v'remosim? Even many goyim don't eat them. Many eat, but many don't. It's something that's disgusting to you. Why? So Torah made a mitzvah. Why did I make mitzvah out of it? To give you reward. You don't need it anyway. Now it's Hashem made it a mitzvah to us, and now you're getting a reward. Yeah. Says like this. Then it ends like this. Laman tzidkoi, Hashem chavas laman tzidkoi, it's supposed to kill Yeshaya. What does it say laman tzidkoi? So it says, lahadzik es Yisroel v'lezakas oison. To give them. Okay, so we're going to talk about a little bit more. So it's like this. So comes out, could be that we're saying this. First of all, why we're saying this before Pirkei Yisrael and after like this. The whole idea of Pirkei was instituted to say during the summer times, during Pesach and Atzeret, because Talmidei Rabbi Akiva died because Shlonago covered Zabazeh, so we're learning in Yonim to increase covered Zabazeh, to learn in Yonim Ben Adam L'Chaveira and Ben Adam L'Mokim, especially Ben Adam L'Chaveira, to respect each other. So the Kol Yisrael Chelek L'Ma'aba, it's bring a great idea of respect. When you when you talk to another person, no matter who he is, yesh lo chelek l'mahaba. And how yesh lo chelek? There is many people don't have that Mishnah. It says bring exceptions who don't have. Maybe the person doesn't have elamai. It says when he said kol Yisrael, when they're all together, they make up for each other. So also it says it's brought from Arizal that every neshama have to come down to the world till it's masaken all the mitzvahs by himself. You have to do all the mitzvahs. Sometimes it's impossible. You're not a Levi, you're not a Kohen, you're not Mazir Grushot. So many mitzvahs, it's applicable to some individuals with the land, with the field. How can you do all the mitzvahs? It says when we're all together, so we like become one organism, and we're making up for each other the tikkun. So that's our Kol Yisrael. When we stand together, Kol Yisrael together, then Yesh Lam Chelek L'Mahaba, because we're making up for each other. So that's why we're saying, by how could you not respect another Eid? He's a Ben L'Mahaba. You have to respect him just for this. Also, we're saying what Rabbi Chananya ben Akashya Omer, even a Pashut Eid, what the Gemara at the end of Megillah says, Melei mitzvahs karim, and you should know, he has a lot of mitzvahs, even though he doesn't do anything. The fact he doesn't eat shkotzim v'remotzim, he has mitzvahs already. He's full of mitzvahs. Melei mitzvahs karim. So even the mitzvahs that is not shaykh to them, like I said, he's not a Kohen, he's not a Levi, he's many. So it says, they're making up for each other. So that's Lagabe, why we're saying it by Pirkei Avos to increase the covet of others. Now, by the Kaddish, the reason we're saying Badafka, this is Agadata, before the Kaddish, we're saying this Agata to Melamed Kav Zchus and the mace, the one we're saying Kaddish for. We're saying no matter what was this person, it says he is full of mitzvahs. The man is full of mitzvahs. So Memela, since they're full of mitzvahs, because he didn't eat shkotzim v'remotzim, even that, for that alone, and many other mitzvahs that he wouldn't do anyway, Memela will me'or kaf zchus on him for his neshama. Just to end with one thing, what we're saying, and that's more shayach to the mace and to the inyan of Ben Adam L'Chavera, we're saying it, the Pirkei Avos. What is Hashem Chavet L'man Tzidkoi? I always thought it's man Tzidkoi of Hashem. But the Mefarshim is saying it's L'man Tzidkoi of Yisrael. So that's the man Tzidkoi Som should be. But to tell you that every Yid is Chelek Elokah. So when you matzdig a Yid, you matzdig the Chelek Elokah Shebo, you matzdig Tzidkoi. So that's why it's something with the inyan of covenant. How could you not, if you're not mechavet somebody, you're not disrespecting just only him. You disrespect the God in him. The Chelek Elokah is Chelek Elokah. So that's why we're saying the mace also, we're saying, Moer Kaf Zchus on him, after all, he was Chelek Elokah, man Tzidkoi. He's Tzidkoi Somet, Tzidkoi, it's him. So that's why we're saying this Mishnah before Kaddish, the Rabbanon, one of the reasons, because that Mishnah said for the Mesim, or for Agata Bichlal, and over there it's a mu'oyed of Zchus of Klal Yisrael.